some Madden. We'll be doing some Madden. Because, well, let's just say that, we doing...
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so we'll be doing some Madden, I guess.
Are you ready?
Because everybody was leaving when I was doing that. Okay, we got one watching, it looks like. Okay, we'll do play now. Who should we be? We'll turn down the volume. Okay, so we got one watching. Okay, so we'll go. We'll go Texans. No, let's go Chiefs. We're gonna do Chiefs. Yeah, keep going. I feel weird playing this. Where are the Chiefs? Did I miss them? Oh, there we go. We'll go on.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We installed doubt in you and your yes.
I'm probably gonna lose because I kind of am bad at Madden.
Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crown. You ready? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Just pulling out my charger there for my thingy.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on
gotta change the
EA
name.
Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Kansas City Chiefs. With that, we're off to Arrowhead for the call from Kansas City. We'll hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago.
So
fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Love. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Get in.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
The defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, things are looking pretty darn
This
good
is what
on
I
this
mean
first
by
drive.
unfair
They came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Luck's throw, finding T.Y. Hilton complete. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
Boys. I like Madden.
Run on first down with Marlon Mack. Able to fight for about 40 yards there to the 13.
So hard.
And we look now
I think
at the
they might
offense
even
for
be
Indianapolis.
And a big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation from the defensive backs, because we've seen some early success in the passing game in this one, and that's going to need to continue.
That'll be caught by Rodgers. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
You can watch me just get
From 13 yards out. And
yeah,
the Colts
probably
take it right down and score on the opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
I'm surprised that we even have.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game.
That's so
A drive that time of 6 plays, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and
I'll tell you my
off it
plays,
goes.
so you can suggest.
This is fielded at the goal line.
Okay, we got out.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes the offense for the Kansas City Chiefs and their Super Bowl winning quarterback, the MVP of the game, Patrick Mahomes. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions in that contest. I'll say this, when he threw the second interception and they were down 10, and that was a bad pass, I thought, boy, this is going to end ugly for Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes. Not the case.
It's amazing what he gets done given opportunities. And you're right, that second interception, the first interception was on him because he never saw the defender.
I mean, I just keep running
throws it right into his breadbasket. The second one behind Tyreek Hill, it pops in the air.
There's some
Javarius Moore comes up with the interception.
Like, he can fumble
but he
it.
also had a rushing touchdown.
So,
all right, and he is now 5-0 this season.
Yes!
When his team's down double digits, bringing them back to win. So there's something about if you leave it laying out there for him, this kid has a way of bringing his team back, and he did it again on the biggest stage. 24 years old, now the youngest ever to be a league MVP, 2018 season, and a Super Bowl MVP, 2019 season in the Super Bowl.
And he's 24. Wow.
Yeah, say that again.
Yeah, what have we done with our lives? And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
That was so bad.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yards and losing yardage.
And he's going to go down again. Justin Houston, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down.
32
and you make
yards.
the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
No!
And it's knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way.
Dumb enough to catch it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And a glance now at the Chiefs' defense.
Tyrann Mathieu's instincts as a defensive back, I believe, are second to none. And that allows him to play all over the secondary. He can line up as an outside corner, inside in the slot, and that's difficult to do because you get so much traffic in there. And then, of course, they can also move him back as a safety. Anywhere you put him, though, you know he's going to end up around the football.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but maybe circle this play because if they get the stop and hold them to a field goal here, that's a pretty good job. They're already down on the scoreboard.
A stop now would be vital for them because it could save them from having to do it multiple times later in the game in order to either get back into it or maybe have a chance to win.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Okay, we need to do some running, I think. We'll run on second down.
Let's dive a little deeper into Kansas City's Super Bowl title as their offense comes back out here, CD.
I don't know.
First title in 50 years. Last one, the 1969 season. And, of course, a lot of talk about it being Andy Reid's first title. Well-deserved for him.
And how about the way that this team wins games on offense? So much motion, so much variety. You know, anyone can touch the football and make a big play. It actually is a nod to the team that won the Super Bowl after the 69 season. There's a lot of that in that offense. And who could ever forget then head coach Hank Stram on the sidelines. 65, toss, power trap. This could break, boys. This could break. And there's the touchdown. And in this game, you're going to hear a play called Wasp. And that's the big throw on 3rd and 15. From Patrick Mahomes to Tyreek.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jabal Sheard wreaking the defensive havoc. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right down behind center. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Do you guys want me to stream tomorrow? I guess
Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession.
Okay.
Now Mahomes, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
No, that was
incomplete.
In his hand.
Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again for the 41.
So close. Literally.
Here's Mahomes to throw. It's Williams on the catch.
I'm going to have to make that many videos this week.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Okay, I know who I'm going to pass to. 3-11. Hopefully we can like him. I don't know, passing.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Dancing to his
Yes,
left.
go. But
and it's complete to Kelsey.
I bet it's going to be holding.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
Nope, it's on me. What was it? Illegal forward.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Mahomes going to go on 4th down.
I'm just...
And my goodness, this is incomplete.
Yeah,
Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected, but a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters. And somehow they're winging their way back to San Francisco, trying to understand how they lost that game.
Yeah, not only did Kansas City win it, but they end up winning it by 11 points. They didn't see that coming at all. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Okay.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. To throw on 2nd and 6. Luck. Catch made here by Campbell.
Exactly what I
able
mean.
to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Okay, I think
it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
Whoa, I'm terrible at this.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Yep, it's
from the gun, here's Love. And he's got his man. It's It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Go.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Maybe shotgun.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. But let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively. Nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
A good pick up there of 20 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Patrick Mahomes not having such a good game, but
a reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Sliding out of the pocket. Darius Leonard, the linebacker, able to break that one up. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Mahomes now to throw, being chased out left. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now here's Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Well, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, a full half to be played.
Actually, that was an okay.
This will be fielded at the 8.
Not to work.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Okay. Let's hold.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Physically, I'm just not so good on video games.
On 1st and 10, Locke.
Oh, get it.
Got it complete to Rodgers.
To the first.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop.
This is why they're going to get a field goal,
in the
because
first
they're
half
obviously going to get
that last cut short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Luck throwing again.
Get it! Get it!
Flush to his right, and he'll get it down here to the 43.
And
now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
And plus, they would have to reach the line, and the kicker would rush.
Luck on 1st down. He'll check this down to Hines.
And they can't.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Oh, no.
The final shot before the break. Luck. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield.
They didn't get it.
And he gets it down to the 32.
Okay, so, I mean...
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point. We now proceed to the start of the second half.
But now the real question is, can we score? I mean, if we can score, then we're in the game.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Small chance.
This is fielded at the goal line.
Please, let's go.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
So let's get more yards. Okay.
Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is a real I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And this one's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. 1st down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
Usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Whoa.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I actually thought I was...
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
We have to do this.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Shotgun.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Mahomes
You
with a
caught
throw. Gets this one to Hill.
Let's go.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Got that
Give him
first.
13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
You know
On
what?
first and 10, here's Mahomes.
Catch it.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You were open.
He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll bring up second down.
You could easily.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Now, meanwhile, a
they
pass
just
that
got
should have been
I'm not
intercepted,
kidding.
but it
I'm
winds
actually
up
glad I
falling
didn't throw a
incomplete.
Because
So
if you look at
back-to-back
that, I mean,
incompletions, and that
they
has
were
him staring
so
at a third and
close to a
10.
touchdown. I mean,
Mahomes
it
to
hit
throw once more.
which would have led to a
Moving the
touchdown.
pressure right.
Let's go! Let's go!
Kansas
Touchdown.
City.
Okay, we're making a comeback.
Damian
now.
Williams
We're making a
there to
comeback.
make the grab. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find
It
a
was
target.
literally 17.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you
We're
just
not
have to know when
we're
to
not
break the
quitting yet.
rules because
We just need to
we
pull
all
them.
know most guys throwing the
We can
football
let him
talk
get a field goal
never
because all
throw
we need to do
back
is do
into
that
the
one
middle
play.
of the field on a
Just keep
scramble.
going.
He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Okay, guys.
Instincts sometimes, right? They just take over.
We're gonna win
Instinct
this.
and
We got
vision.
this, boys.
Sometimes
We
you just
got
see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Okay.
It's a
We're
short
gonna-
kick, taking it to 15. Not a good return.
We
He's
can give up
across the
anything
35-yard
except
line, right around the 36.
We can give up a field goal. Take field goal or I can take
Here's
any
the
of
Colts
those.
now as they get ready for their first possession on
Punting
offense
won't be a
of
hit,
the second
except-
half. So from
Well,
the
anyway,
36
we need to hold
now,
him
first
here,
and 10. Now a fake
Yes,
on the
go.
give here as they try to
I
run
was
pass
still low.
option. He was looking for
so
Chester
we're fourth on
Rogers
the way
that
to
time.
third,
And
actually,
that'll bring up
because they're
second
probably gonna
down.
punt.
With that incompletion,
Because-
a chance to
yeah,
mention the
exactly.
awards now with the season over. Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the
Let's
MVP,
go.
Coach of the Year. John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael
we just need
Thomas,
one more time.
Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year, Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa.
Okay.
And the Comeback Player of the Year, Charles,
Yep.
Ryan Tannehill. No surprise
I
there.
knew.
Not to mention the #1 award
It's
that the
so
NFL
just
gives
predictable,
out, the
right?
one that they
Oh.
give the most, the credence isn't the
I
right
need to hold
word, the
him. I
most
think we'll hold him on
attention
this
to,
one.
and the one that they
We'll hold
want
him on the next
trumpeted the
one.
most.
Oh,
That's
we
the
won't
Walter
hold him
Payton
on
Man
for
of the
that.
Year,
Or
because that
no.
represents the totality
Okay,
of a
yeah.
player in the
This is
NFL, not just
this
what
my
they do on the
prediction
field,
might come
but off
true.
the field as well.
But
And that
actually,
goes to
I think we might be able to
Campbell, the
hold him for
defensive tackle
7-14.
for the Jacksonville
So we might be able to
Jaguars.
get
What
it.
a great award. Congratulations, Calais.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Throwing on second and 14. Luck taking in by the tight end Doyle. Now he's going to get this all the way down
goodness.
inside the 35.
That is
And he'll be
so-
brought down with a
Oh.
first down as
It
the
was
tackle's
second
made
and
at the
14.
Chiefs'
All I knew was
33.
His position, and he's
We're
listed
injured.
as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Throwing there,
No,
but this
he didn't.
pass is going to wind up
Think
incomplete.
not. Think not.
Second and
Okay,
10 from
Andrew
the
Luck, you aren't going to
33-yard
get this.
line.
Andrew Luck, you aren't going to get this, Andrew Luck. Nope, not today.
Now it's
Not
Luck.
today.
He's got Jack Doyle.
Yes.
That catch
Third
good for
down
only
now,
a yard,
guys.
and it'll be third down.
And partner, I think that's a great example
Okay,
that not
so-
all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the
We're here to
completion,
help you.
but he's not one of the
Now
more
we have-
dynamic
Chip,
guys in the league.
Get him.
And down
Yes.
he goes.
Woo.
They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Whoa,
Tyrann
that was
Matthew,
such
normally
a
known
huge
for the
sack.
pass
You
coverage.
guys
This
are-
time a sack.
How big?
And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a
I thought we
defensive
were gonna
end?
get
It was somebody like you.
I'm like,
Oh my
you
goodness.
can watch
yeah,
me.
that's a surprise for the
But I'm
offense.
making a
That's
comeback.
not what they
I'm
normally
making a
get
comeback.
when they think about pressure.
Streamers
The
don't
field
move.
position game, such an
Only
overlooked
if you're
facet,
playing
Charles, of an NFL
as-
game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
Whatever.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing
not really
that
paying attention
puts their
to what's
defense in a
happening.
great
Nobody's
spot,
been
doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive,
Okay,
try and maybe
so-
get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that
Yeet.
position.
Yes.
He's going to have the first down past the 20 and all the way up to the 21-yard
How
line.
are we losing? Oh, how am I losing? Oh, I'm terrible at this game. Dude, how are we losing? I'm bad at this game. Like, you don't understand how bad I am. I just played this in like a month.
We're back now in KC. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it first and 10 now out past the 20. They complete it to Hill. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different. Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it. So it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here's Mahomes to throw. It's Hill, complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It'll be a pickup of 16 and the Chiefs first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Escaping the pressure right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a first and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Okay, we need to, we'll go 3 seconds.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it. Oh, no, he lost the football.
I literally just thought.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And a short pickup there down to about
still
the
run the
9.
clock out.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
2 minutes.
They run it again with Williams.
Oh, no.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line.
Like,
officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive. And normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss.
Okay. So
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
So if we can...
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle.
I don't understand how I'm
actually
going to...
Could come back at you a long way.
Okay, I actually have a good chance. I'd say so.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
57.
It's a short kick, taken at the 15.
Bad defense.
Then he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The defense is where it all comes down to, okay?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
And it was pretty much for them, too.
As they head to the field
so if they
now,
call out
with
here,
the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 27-yard line. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Whoa.
Back to throw. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller.
They can
These
take their
corners, I
time.
tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind
They
me
need it.
of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. It kind of comes down to this play. If you think about it. Gotta go for it here on fourth down.
They really don't have enough time. They don't have much time.
On fourth down, locked. And Pascal's got it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter play. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. They'll look to throw. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. He'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah. What looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going